007.
What's up, everybody? It's your man Dame the NYDC. Two mics up. And we back again. We closing out season 4, man. We coming to the end. And tonight's guest, man, is really special to me. I'm excited. And this is one of the few guests that I'm definitely more excited about. Because not only his body of work, but what he's doing right now on what I don't care what nobody says. It's the best TV show on TV, period. And if y'all haven't had time to go check it out, before tonight's episode's over, you're gonna have it written down. You're gonna go watch it, go back season 1, season 2. You're gonna check it out because it's so real, it's so raw. The talent, but it just vibes with me, and it brings to my attention. And what I talk about a lot here on the show, you know, we have a brother that's playing a role as a husband, as a father, as a man of color, that is really the backbone and really shows up in his family's life. And the world that we living in right now, you know, we're going through a lot of tough times. Black men are being assaulted and different things. We're being portrayed in different ways and in a different light. But this brother shows up every week. And I'm proud to bring, you know, to the mic tonight as my guest, my celebrity guest, Mr. J. Bernard Calloway. Jay, man, yo, I got to cheer. I got to applaud, man. I'm like I said, I was stoked. I'm excited, man. Please take a moment and introduce yourself, you know, to everyone tonight, man.
First of all, I appreciate you, brother Dame. It's so awesome to be up on here. Thank you so much, brother. My name is J. Bernard Calloway. I'm working here out in New York City, and I go across the entire medium of film, television, theater, commercials, voiceovers, and all those great things. And I am from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, by way of Alabama, by way of Boston or Waltham, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I went to graduate school, so I got a lot of great cultural melting pot going on up inside of me, man. So that's truly a blessing to be here. Thank you so much again for having me, brother. Thank you.
Man, look, like we were talking before, man. We came on, man. As I've said, you know, your work, you are a talented brother. You know, and for those who don't know, just to kind of just touch on some things, you know, we've seen you not only in the Miss Pat show and seeing you work in the Miss Pat show,
Yes,
but you.
Oh, you just checked out, brother Dame. Let me see here. What can I do? What can I do? Brother Dame, if you can hear me, brother,
that was me. That was on my
Okay.
end. I don't know, internet, whatever, this blacked out, but we're
Okay.
gonna pick up. I
All
can
good.
edit that out. All good.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
technology, you can't live with it, you can't live without it.
Hey, listen, man, it's what it is, doc. Hey, all good, man. It's what it
Yeah.
is. Yes, sir.
But we'll pick that out. We'll cut that out.
Yes, sir.
So we'll pick up in 3, 2, 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, you know, Jay Bernard you've seen him in a lot of different films. You know, not only TV and film, but you know, like he's doing his work, his great work on the Miss Pat show. But you know, he's been in, you know, Law and Order, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, Man on a Ledge, on and on and on and on. And Jay, I just have to ask, you know, like you said, from your travels, from what I read, I remember somewhere saying, and if I'm correct, you were big into football. Like football was your passion. But how did that transfer into you becoming an actor?
Well, I got to be honest with you, brother. You know, just like with most people of color, we all start out in the church.
Okay.
And I was born and bred in the Church of God in Christ. And I played the drums. I sang in the choir, sang for the state choir, the district choir. I had my own singing group in high school.
Wow.
So I play the piano, a little bit of acoustic guitar, and I sing. And my main instrument outside of my vocals is the trap set, which is the drum kick set.
Okay.
So that was always up in me. And this preceded actually the foundation of football. Okay. Throughout my family, Larry Little is my uncle who used to play for the Dolphins.
Oh,
You know what
word.
I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What?
Yeah, man. It's a lot of people that's a part of my family that's played in the professional football league,
That's what's
and
up.
also when I was in high school, my high school was ranked number 2 in the nation when I was in school. So I played with Isaac Bruce, who's a Hall of Famer. He was a
Yeah.
year ahead of me.
Okay.
Frank Sanders, Calvin Jackson, James Bostic.
Wow.
I can go on and on. So I
Wow.
went to Alabama State,
Hmm.
where I got my undergraduate degree from. That's Alabama State University,
You see,
HBCU, Montgomery, Alabama. I want to
no.
be specific because
Yes,
people get
sir.
they get the U of A and Alabama State mixed up. I
No,
said,
it's not the
nah,
same. It's
nah,
not the same.
not the same. It's that black and gold, baby.
Yeah.
It's that black and gold. But a long story short, brother, I got to Alabama State University on a football scholarship.
Mhm.
I was majoring in accounting and majoring in music and minoring in accounting at the time.
Okay.
And then, I was singing on campus with a group, one of my groups I sang with, and a young lady that was casting a show on
Mhm.
campus asked us to come in into audition. We went in and auditioned, and I got a part, and that's kind of where it all started. The seed was planted there by Dr. Tommy Tania Stewart, who was the
Wow,
artistic producing director at the time at Alabama State University. And
man.
yeah, that's where. And so it was problematic, brother Dame, for a
Yeah,
little bit.
and that's what I'm saying. The problem,
Yeah.
though, it looks like you made the right choice.
Yeah, yeah. I felt like I did, Doc, because I see so many cats that I played football with, and other, brothers that's
Hmm.
out there on that gridiron. I'm in my mid 40s now, and a lot of
Right.
these cats can't even walk,
Yeah,
or
man.
they're in PT all the
Real.
time, or and I'm dealing with,
Hmm.
my injury from college still.
Right.
I go to PT for certain things. I'm good, but
Right.
at the same time, it's still there to remind you of those
Mm.
those Trojan days. So, like you said, good brother, I'm so glad I made the choice to go into performing arts is what I
And
call it.
that's why I wanted to really touch on that because I feel it's important that people know. Yes, you're gifted and you're talented, and you brother, you are gifted in so many areas. But to be able to fine tune or hone in on something,
Hmm, hmm.
and looks like it's also through your work though. See, is a passion for you.
Yes, it is.
And can you talk about that passion? Like, what is that drive or that motivation that still continues to push Jay Bernard to go out and show out every day and every time he's on the screen?
Wow, that's a really great question. It's a really great question, brother Dame. I love being a storyteller.
Mm,
Being a storyteller is a passion of mine, and it just not from being in front of this inanimate object
mm-hmm.
or on stage on the boards. It's through music, your storytelling. When I remember I was younger, and we would do Christmas plays in the church, and we do Easter monologues and things. I remember those times, and I remember how fun I was of just reading those passages. And when we were younger, I had to remember all the books of the
Right,
Bible.
right.
So we had to make it presentational when we did it. You know how we do in the black
Yep, yep,
churches.
yeah,
We make
right.
everything fun. Everything is
Yeah,
musical, and at the
yep,
same time you're learning. They know
yep,
how to hone into kids.
yep.
So that stuck with me, Doc. That stuck with
Mm-hmm.
me. And storytelling, just as far as acting is concerned, it just bled over into the art form of not only just performing arts,
Right.
but as far as the performance is concerned, but also
Mm-hmm.
as a writer, also as a director, and also having respect for the entire conglomerate that makes the whole work
Right.
at like a well-oiled machine. So my
Mm.
passion for storytelling and the respect and fundamentals of what this art craft is and what it means to the world, because brother, we
Mm.
the deacons and the bishops and the
That's right.
preachers,
That's right.
of the world. The theater is the church. People come
Yep.
in, they hear a
Mm.
word, it
Mm.
touches them, it evokes consciousness.
Mm.
People start having conversation. Next thing you think you're talking to somebody you never knew you was going to talk with before.
Mm.
And it creates a vibe of like openness and
Yes.
unconditional love. And
Yes.
if you're really a great human being, you're going to listen and
Mm.
receive, so you understand what you're hearing, and then be able to contribute.
Man, listen here, yo. Jay Bernard just really he really touched on a lot of things that really jive with me, and I think, and not even I think I know that I'm p- I'm proud and honored to have this platform because that's really what I try to really do and delve in, even with all of our guests. Everyone
Yes,
has a
sir.
story to tell, and it is
Yes,
like
sir.
being at church. Like you say, even though you're on a celebrity staff, now I get to know Jay Bernard, the
Right.
person.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And when you hear things like that, and I've said it on a couple of shows before, where you're a human being too. You know, just because we see you on TV, or we see you behind the camera, you're going through life struggles and you're dealing with things too. And we need to know that sometimes. Sometimes stop watching that social media, because
Man.
sometimes that's sending a
Yes.
false narrative or a false negative message. But now they hear it from straight from Jay's mouth.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to walk away with, like, yo, this is what he went through, this is what he struggled, this is what he had to do. But
Mm,
you know what? What he's doing, I can do. I
right on.
want to do. And now they can get a better insight on your journey,
Right
and,
on.
and how we can all change the narrative on. We talked about it before, how media, the news looks at us just as men of color, period.
That's right.
And I think the work that you're doing, like I said, on your show is tremendous. And we're going to talk about that. But before we get to that, I want to also talk about like your character. Like you've played in so many different characters, so many
Hmm.
different roles.
Hmm.
Blue Bloods, I think, was another one.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, I think you were
That was
I
my
bel
first movie, Pelham 1, 2, 3. Denzel Washington and the great Tony Scott. May he continue to rest in power. They gave me my first movie, man. That was my first movie back
and
in 2008, I believe, is when we did that. Yeah.
I wanted to ask about, like, you had the pleasure too of working with, some greats.
Yes, I
Um
have. Very lucky. I'm very lucky, bro.
Blessed, right?
Blessed
Blessed,
and lucky.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
And it
yeah.
makes me curious to know though. So what has that been like, or what have they been able to, pour into you, that's helped you continue to climb and continue your career trajectory to
Mhm.
where it is today?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, I want to continue to say this. And, when I do symposiums and I speak to kids, listening, all acting is a lot of time is reacting.
Mm,
When you listen to somebody and really receive what they're saying, you're gonna give an authentic and genuine response back to that individual.
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? And once again, I've been lucky and I've been
mm,
blessed to work with some really, really phenomenal creative performing artists. And the relationships that I have created out of them has been different than some of the stories you may hear. Because when before you get into the league, oh, the league, Lord Jesus, you see, not football, Jay, not
right,
football.
right.
But before you, before you get into the business, you
Hmm.
always hear these stories about people being difficult
Hmm.
or somebody being the negative definition of what a diva is
Yep.
and things of that nature. I'll be honest with you, brother, I have been completely blessed to really work with some really dope and loving artists who really
Wow.
cares about the human condition.
Right.
Bryan Cranston,
Mm.
Miss Felicia
Mm.
Rashad,
Wow.
Debbie Allen, once again, Denzel Washington. The list can go on and
On
on.
and on.
On stage and in front of that inanimate object, which I call a camera. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So what I do to answer your question is I sit back and I listen, brother.
Hmm.
And I've taken all as much knowledge as I can. The great Dick Gregory said it ain't just about the information, it's about the knowledge
Yes.
of the information.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what the thing that was the most interesting to me in this trek as I continue to process is that neither one of those folks told me, hey, you need to go and move to LA and do this and do that. You need to go there.
Mm.
They'll be like, this was my process.
Right.
Okay. This was my experience. This is what happened.
Right.
This is what I learned from that experience. Now you go fly, young man,
Hmm.
and you go have your experience, but understand that you are where you are because of the choices that
Yeah.
you've made in life.
Mm.
So if you continue to build on that, you're going to be in a great place, and you're going to create what I like to call longevity
Hmm.
and success in this business, just like the great Ossie Davis and Ruby
Yeah.
Dee. You
Ooh,
know what I'm
preach.
saying? These
Talk on
cats,
it.
these cats
Talk
been
on it.
around forever.
Yep.
They survived through civil rights movement. They were
Yes.
pioneers. They were in the front.
Yep.
I said, dag on it. If they can do it, if Miss Cicely can do it and stand up and fight for the cause, hey man,
I can do it.
they passing the baton to me,
Baton.
like Katori
Hmm.
Hall said in the mountaintop play.
Yes, sir.
The
Hmm.
baton is being passed to me, and I have
Yep.
to take it and do what I have to do, stand on their shoulders, because guess what? I got some
You
other
got
cats
somebody.
coming behind me, man.
Man.
So
Man.
that's
That's
what
the
keeps me
truth.
going. Yeah, that's
Mm.
what keeps me going. I got to really be honest, but hey, real quick,
Yeah.
it took a while to get to that place now.
Mm.
I didn't come in this thing like, knowing everything. And, I always say, people say that the sky's the limit. I don't
Yeah,
believe there's a limit. There is no
I
limit.
I agree.
The goal is where you set it. Your ambitions is where you want to put it. As long
I
as you have a
agree.
strong foundation and a great spirit of discernment in people, especially in this
Mm,
business, you can go a long,
mm.
long way
Look,
without selling yourself out.
what that's man, you
What?
took the words out of my mouth because I believe the same thing. In a similar, I always tell people, the ceiling, the stars are just the floor. It's not your ceiling. There's always something more.
Hmm.
Don't limit yourself.
That is
And if
correct.
you believe that there's more out there, you can go out there and you can obtain it. And even doing it, even with this, like you say, I love what you say about, not selling yourself,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
Even doing this, I've talked to other people. Man, your shows, it's cool, it's okay, but it's not the Dame that I know. I'm a funny guy. Look, everybody from New York think they funny, right? Let's just keep it real. But I'm a pretty funny guy, right?
I never noticed that.
No,
I
yeah, you never
never.
noticed that, right? But I'm just going through that. Everybody from New York is a funny guy, right? But
Right.
people,
Right.
Dame, it's not the Dame we know. You're not cracking jokes, but that's easy.
Right.
That's easy. There's more to me than just that, right? And if I'm challenging not only myself, but I'm challenging others to be better.
That's right.
Let's and not just me. I'm saying we together be better. Let's do better.
Mm,
Then this is really true to who I am.
that's right.
Now just because you don't see that side all the time, then I guess maybe you don't know me.
That is true, and that's what happens to a lot of people that are in our positions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People assume things about us because they see us on TV or they hear our voice and become familiar with us. So that familiarity bleeds into, oh, I know this dude personally, and it's like,
Right.
no,
No.
you do not know me personally. This is my job that I happen to enjoy and am
Right.
passionate about, and
Right.
please respect my privacy. When I'm out, I'm the type of person, I'm a people's person anyway.
Right.
But sometimes I do draw the line and be like, hey guys, I'm here with my family having
Right. Give me
dinner
a
or having
minute.
lunch. Give me, hey,
Give me a minute. Yeah.
don't just come up and be like, let me take a picture. It's like,
Right. Right.
be respectful. Hey, brother Calloway, how you doing today, man?
Right.
I see you eating
Right.
everything. Can I, it's all about communication. It's all
It's
about how you talk to people, man. I'm telling you,
you.
communication.
Whew, boy, Jay dropping gems, y'all. Yeah, I hope
Hey,
y'all paying attention because he dropping the gems, but it's so true. It's
you
how we
know,
communicate with each other, it's how we express ourselves to each other. That really makes all the difference in the world.
it does. It does.
How I communicate to you and how I communicate to somebody else could be totally different.
That's right.
But it's really it's all in delivery.
That's right.
That makes all the
Because
difference.
what you do, brother, you talk to different people probably every day, every
Mm-hmm,
week, interviewing.
mm-hmm,
So you have to have that skill set also of
mm-hmm.
understanding. Like with me, we just met. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying? We
yep,
just met,
yep,
all our emails and stuff back and
yep.
forth and all that stuff
Right.
like that. But now your pathos and your energy makes me want to go like this
It makes all the difference in the world.
versus like, yeah,
Right. And that's why I say, you hit it, like getting to know someone. That's why, having the time to talk to you before coming on. We
yeah,
just met, but I feel like, and that's why I always feel this way. I feel like, again, I've made a new friend. I have a new friend that I know that, hey, God, if Lord please it, let you be in town or something, like, hey man, let's hook up, or
that's
to
right.
hang out, just to get to know you more on a personal level. It's
That's
not
right.
about, and I tell you, it's not about the celebrity. Just because you see it, it's not. They're human beings, and that's the part that I really connect with. And that's why I say, I love the work that you do, and we're going to
Thank
talk
you.
about that now.
Thank you.
To talk about the work that you're doing on the Emmy-nominated Miss Pat show. You know what I mean? Because
Brother,
it's
thank
real.
you. Thank
Miss
you.
Pat is the realest show. I remember my wife and I were sitting down, and we first saw it. We thought, let's just watch. Never heard of it. Let's
Yeah.
just watch it. We sitting
Yeah.
there, and the realness. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's because being New Yorkers or coming from like that inner city and having that vibe, the energy, the delivery, the whole family dynamic. I was like, yo, me and my wife was like, yo, real talk, like this is real. This is so real. And I was worried at first though, because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna make it, because I don't know if mainstream
Boy,
was ready for
you
what y'all
are
doing. So talk about that.
hey, you know, those are some of the things we speak about sometimes as a group, especially in the early goings ons.
Mhm.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention our showrunner, creator, executive producer, Jordan E. Cooper.
Mhm.
The brother's only 20. What is he? 25. He's
Oh
the youngest
wow,
showrunner,
wow.
African American person of color, Negro, whatever, however,
Right.
they call it these days.
Right.
In Hollywood. And the brother
Wow.
is he wrote and produced a play on that he's starring in on Broadway called Ain't No Mo. That closed
Wow.
on the 23rd. So if you got time to go, man, it's
Wow.
phenomenal. Go see it.
Wow.
I bring him up because it's because of him. And obviously, shout out to Miss Pat.
Of
Love you,
course.
Pat.
Yep.
It's her story, fictionalized, obviously, for entertainment purposes. But the
Right.
gist of it, the meat of the story is predicated upon her past and her journey into where she got. So because of those different issues that we tackle that's relevant today,
Right.
I believe that is the end
Mm.
as far as demographics are concerned,
Right.
because we were concerned to go circle back. I speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for nobody else.
Right.
You're always concerned when you're doing a show like ours that definitely hits on a lot of issues, but
Yeah.
from the perspective of people of color, which happen to be African American.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the buck stops sometimes in
Mm-hmm.
our business, because a lot of times people don't want to hear they're not interested enough
Yes.
in our stories.
Yes.
But like I said, the relatability comes in with the issues and the topics that we speak about. Is there anybody from any
So
background,
true.
any
So
ethnicity
true.
can sit in those seats, in those chairs, in that house and deal with those same life issues, but obviously deal with it differently because
Yeah.
of our perspective on
Mm.
life and what that is for us living here. So that part makes it interesting. It brings up and evokes consciousness.
It does.
We have healthy, constructive dialogue about the
Mm-hmm.
scenes and the work that we're working on that week, that day,
Right.
and we create magic. And the best thing about it is the chemistry, man.
Mm.
Sometimes you go to work, you just don't want to deal
Won't
with a
be
cat.
bothered.
I mean, dang, they go, dang, I'm gonna go
Right.
this
You go this way.
way.
Right. I won't be bothered. Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like,
Right.
don't
Nah,
get too close to
can't
that
stand
cat
that
right
cat.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But for the most part, it ain't peaches and cream every day,
Every day, but
but for the most part, I got to be really real about this. We generally have a lot of respect and honor and love for one another and
you
what
could
we
tell.
all bring to the table. I'm talking about not just me, Pat, and Tammy, the
Right.
kids too, all the guest artists that come in. You talking about Tommy Davidson,
Yep.
brother. You
Yep.
talking about Richard
Love.
Lawson.
Yeah, man.
And so many people that's come in, man, and
Yep.
showed us love, brother. But when they come in, we're the hosts.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when they come in, we got to have the energy and be welcoming to them so they can come in and create.
But it's
Yeah.
true. That what you just talking about, you see that energy, you see that love
Yeah.
that comes through. And I like the fact that, I think it's important. You say you guys get together every week and you really talk about these issues, and it
We
really
do.
comes across, though. The message comes across and I'm gonna tell you, just from my standpoint, how like my wife and I will sit, we find ourselves talking about the episode,
Right on.
after and having that continued dialogue, on some of the points and some of the messages. We had the young boy, was one episode, I believe the young boy was a friend of the son of your son.
Junebug, a friend of Junebug.
Yeah, friend of Junebug, and it was calling him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
know
The
what I'm
little
saying?
bit. Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
reality of it was, coming from like, what
Mm-hmm.
this, and I like I said, your role as Terry, and this is the realness of it. Kind of come in, and your thing was like, yo, what the hell he say? What he call you, boy? But then they really have the conversation and break the conversation down. That was the key for me.
Yeah.
And please, like, can you talk about Terry? Like, where I know this is a description of Pat's husband I'm going to take, but
Mm-hmm.
is he that type of guy, or is that a kind of work together type thing of him and your creativity? Because Terry is a real deep guy, and he's, to me, the glue behind a lot of things that goes on the show and with the family.
Yes, it is based on her husband. The Terry Carson character is based on her husband. Her husband's name is Gary. He's a really a cool cat, man, laid back. We are very two different people.
Okay.
He's very quiet and laid back. You wouldn't even know he's there.
Oh, wow.
That's how quiet he is.
Okay.
We kind of got the same size, you know what I'm saying? The bald head, thick dude. He's much lighter than I am, things of that nature. And like I said, because of, the fictionalized version of the show, I bring that to it.
Right.
But the circumstances, the given circumstances and the human conditions, what's going on, that's mostly me. In the sense of me, Jeffrey, J.
Mm-hmm.
Bernard,
Mm-hmm.
understanding, what this situation is.
Right.
And I was like, how would I deal with this? Okay,
Okay.
cool. Okay, this not Jeffrey dealing with it. This is Terry. And I
Mm.
say that because, Terry has an arc in this story.
Right.
So in order for me to plug that in from my own personal life, I have to understand who Terry is in the man. Terry
Mm.
is a provider.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna he's always gonna sit down and talk with his kids and listen to them versus saying do this, do this, do that, do that. He's
Right.
a lover of his wife. He wants his wife to succeed and do everything under the roof that she
Mm.
wants to do to fulfill her life dreams.
Right.
At the same time, he's getting furloughed and laid off, and these
Yeah.
things are happening, and
Yeah.
he's trying to be like, I don't want to tell the kids and everything that's happening. Let me try to figure out how to do this
Mm-hmm.
without bringing them into the fold and involving them so much. It's like, sometimes you want to talk to your wife. You said you're married, right?
Right. Yep.
It's some things you don't tell her.
Right.
Some things because it's like, what? I'm not going to bring that into the house and bring that type of energy into the house that I can deal with. Like it might be something that may happen on set. I'm not
Yep.
going to come in and bring that to my wife and my 6-year-old son. I leave that energy at home.
Yes.
That's at work.
Right.
That's
Right.
why I don't believe in method acting so much. It can
Right.
work a little bit, but man, when they ring that bell and it's time to go, I leave that there.
There. Yeah.
Take your burdens to the Lord and leave them
That's right.
down.
Leave them there.
Leave them there. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's what I do. I leave it there. And like I said, the chemistry and the collaboration between the creatives
Mm-hmm.
and ourselves on set is really what makes the show what it is. A lot of times you go on these TV sets and there's no communication between the creatives and the people that's on the set that you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like sometimes like, this is what you're going to do.
Right.
This is the given circumstances. This is how I want you to kind of handle it in your own way.
Mm.
Versus like, hey, this is, can we try this? Let me, this, because this is truly what I feel like Terry would do or would not do.
Yeah.
And it take people like Jordan Cooper and all the other writers that come in to, hey, let me take a back seat. Let's collaborate. Let's build together. And you know what? I'm the type of artist, hey, man, if it don't work or if this is really not what they want to, it's like, hey, you know what? Let's find a way to make it work.
I like that.
Let's find a way to make, because it's not about being right or wrong, Doc. It's about what works.
Yes. Yeah. At the end of the day, too, though, I mean, it's good that you understand. I mean, look, that's what you're getting paid to do, right? You figure out what it takes to make it work.
Yes,
but I
sir.
do like the fact that you have, at least sounds like, you're in an environment, though, that allows collaboration and is okay with, hey, let's try this. This is what's real and what resonates to me in this moment.
Right.
So I think, though, that's really part of the key to the show's success. And man, we could talk for hours on end, and we coming up on the end, but I have to ask.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Yeah.
What can we expect from season 3, and what other future projects is Jay Bernard working on that we can look forward to, maybe outside of the Mrs. Pat Show?
Of course. So the Miss Pat Show season 3. First of all, I'll say this: we've already filmed season 3. It's already
wow.
So we premiered season 2 August 11th, and it's up to my most awesome creators and producers to release the season 3. So that is in the works as we speak. And you all have so much more to look forward to as far as our craziness, us dealing with with Denise and her outside given circumstances. Oh my God, and she is hilarious. She is a jewel. She's a jewel. More great guest artists coming in and building with us to keep the legacy of the show going and live. So we have all of that to really truly look forward to, and even more given circumstances of what's going on today, currently. That people can once again relate to, and like really want to come in and be like, okay, what's going to happen?
What's happening next?
What's going, Lord Jesus? I don't know. That girl that told her daddy that she gay, and her mama don't know how to accept it. What they gonna do?
Man, that was a monkey wrench. Man, the storylines are great.
Currently, I just did a workshop of Ella, an American Miracle, that Anna DeVere Smith wrote.
Okay.
It's a new musical that's going to be coming. I assume Phil McKinley is the director, and Dee Dee Bridgewater stars in it. Okay. She actually plays Miss Ella. Currently, right now, I'm going to be starting a show at the Public Theater here in New York.
Okay.
It's called The Harder They Come. That is adopted from the film.
Okay.
And Susan Laurie Parks adapted it. Tony Taccone is directing it. Sergio Trujillo, who was my choreographer for Memphis the Musical, we won 4 Tonys, is coming in to assist and direct and choreograph. Also with the great Edgar Gordon, who also was a part of that whole Memphis family on our Broadway run back in was that 2009 through 12, I think it was, and we won. So it's a lot of great things going on. And the biggest gig that I have right now, to be honest with you, is being able to take this time and spend with my son and my wife. I can't tell y'all how important family and those that are closest to you are in this business, in any profession. Profession, to be able to come out of craziness and come home to that foundation and be like woosah. So right now I'm really spending a bunch of time. We leave and we going on vacation to Costa Rica for like 10 days and coming back, and then I'm rebooting and jump right into rehearsals on the 4th or the 5th of January, I believe it is. For the Harder Come. So,
ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. This brother, man, is inspiring. I'm a huge fan. Like I said from the top, this means the world to me to be able.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much.
It does, brother. It really does. You know, we're coming to the end, closing out season 4, and when we had the opportunity, I saw,
congratulations.
Thank you. When I saw, hey man, my wife said, he booked and he awesome, man. Big.
Thank you for letting me close y'all out, brother. Thank you for letting me close y'all out, man.
It's towards the end of the year, man. You're going to be probably the second to last episode, but it meant that I saved this spot. When my wife said the conversation was going, I saved this spot because I'm a big fan of yours. I love your work. I wish you and your family all the best blessings throughout the holiday season. Safe travels. Sorry, look like I'm going to miss you because we're actually going to Costa Rica next month.
Hey, maybe when I come back, I'll be like, hey, where you need to stay.
Hey, look, well, my wife's family is actually from Costa Rica, so we go quite often. So, but
you
yeah,
need to be giving me some info.
We'll have to talk. We get together, we talk offline, man. We'll definitely talk about it. But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, J. Bernard Calloway. Continued success. We'll make sure we put all your information and actually, your social media. Please take a moment to share your social media before we go, because I want to make sure we put that in the show notes as well.
Well, you know what, guys? Just go to IG, J. Bernard Calloway. Go to my IG on J. Bernard Calloway. You'll see everything you need to know about me there on IG.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you have
and I
it.
just want to leave y'all with something real quick.
Okay.
It's from the great CeeLo Green, who used to be one of my favorite hip hop groups, Goody Mob, because I'm from the South. They from Georgia, they from the ATL.
Right.
He says, just to give y'all perspective, he says, you might see a brother on TV, but hell, it's almost like I'm acting for free. He says rapping though. It's almost like I'm rapping for free. It's almost like I'm acting for free. That little money be gone. Got dog it, I'm grown. Gotta help keep the heat and the lights on.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It would be nice to have more, but I kind of like being poor. At least I know what my friends here for. See what I'm saying? But hey, people put that perspective. They see you on TV. They think these things. They just like, hey, I'm a human being just like you are. I'm dealing with life circumstances just like you are. So just respect that and respect that swag. How about that?
And on that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop that period on them. Period. Just like that. We're gonna end the show on that note.
Right on.
The amazing J. Bernard Calloway. It's your man Dame the NYDC. 2 mics up. You can follow us online. www.2micsup.com. You can follow us across our social media, IG, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at 2 mics up. And if you're still watching this on YouTube, that's cool. Go ahead and go down there, hit that bell so you can be notified about all the newest content coming to you from me here at 2 mics up. But you do know we are now on Mogul TV. So go ahead and check us out on the Moguls TV. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to drop that down there for you.
2 mics up on Mogul TV. Let's go.
I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get it. Come on through. Follow, check us out. And ladies and gentlemen, you know how we always do at this time. May you stay safe, stay blessed. Mics out. 007.